Good morning, students. Very warm welcome, all of you. Today we are going to study about our new chapter number 3, The Little Girl. Dear student, this chapter we have already discussed, we have already studied in the class of May 2020. But I'm revising now for those students who were not present and who were not admitted, who didn't take admission in school. So I'm revising for all of students, for new and for absent and for present students. So dear student, let's have a start. Today chapter number 3, The Little Girl. Before reading, do you feel you know your parents better now? Do you feel that you know better, you know very well about your parents than you were much younger? Whenever we grow, means in our young age we know very well to our parents. Perhaps you now understand the reason for some their action that used to upset you earlier. Means we have a lot of experience from that. We got annoyed, we annoyed with our parents by many things. This story about a little girl whose feeling for her father changed from fear of understanding will probably find at each and every home. Means in this story we will learn that a girl whose name is Kazia, who always afraid of father whenever he is at home. What happens? To the little girl, he was figure to be feared and avoided. To the little girl, the figure of her father was feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." Every morning before going to work or before going to office, the girl's father came in his room and gave her a casual kiss, and she responded it with "Goodbye, father." Oh, there was a glad sense of release when she heard the noise of carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. And she felt a relief when she heard the noise of her father's carriage growing fainter and fainter. Then she felt herself as a sigh, means she felt herself in relaxed mode because she was so much afraid of her father. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. In the evening, when her father returned from office and came home, she stood near the staircase and heard the loud voice of his father. His father would say, "Bring my tea into drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." Thus, her father ordered to every people of her families. He would say, "Bring my tea into my drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." Kezia, mother would call to her. The name of girl is Kezia. Then mother called to her and said, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boot." Her mother instructed to Kezia and said, "If you are good girl, come here and take off father's boot." Slowly the girl would slip down the stair, more slowly still across the hall, push open the drawing room door, and slowly the girl came down and more slowly across the hall, push open the drawing room door. Means she was afraid from her father. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked it over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. By the time when she reached to her father crossing hall, then her father looked her by his spectacles. He had his spectacles and looked her over them in a way. Means the way of looking Kezia's father would make terrifying to Kezia. "Well, Kezia, hurry up, pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" Means her father would say, oh, you are a good girl, so take off these boots and take them outside. And they called him a good girl. She would say, I don't know, father. Means she hesitated before her father to respond to talk with him. So she would say, I did not know. Means she is hesitated. You did not know. If you stutter like this, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Then her father responded that if you will stutter, if you will hesitate like this to talk with me, means your mother will carry to you the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Kezia was actually a good girl. She didn't stutter before other people than her father. She didn't hesitate with other people in family, just like her grandmother, her mother, her cook, and any other, and as well as her neighbors. But she stuttered only on before her father because she was feared. She was afraid from her father. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about, mother? I wish you taught this child not to appear on brink of suicide. Here, Kezia carried my teacup back to the table carefully. Then her father said to mother, what's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Say, what happened to you? Her father said to Kezia that what happened to you? Why are you looking so wretched? Means why are you looking so unhappy? Mother, I wish you taught this child. And he said to mother, I wish you should teach this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Means about to come suicide. Why are she looking so annoyed? So, and said Kezia, carry my teacup back to the tea table carefully. He was so big, his hands, neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Means Kezia said that his father was looking so big, especially big hands, and his neck, especially mouth when he opened for yawning. After that, thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Means Kezia compared her father as a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandfather sent her down to the grandmother. On Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. Means on Sundays when her father when her father was on leave, so Kezia's grandmother motivated Kezia and said to her that you should talk with your father. You should talk as a normal way to your father. So she sent to Kezia in her parents' room. When she went there, she noted that they she noticed that her mother always read newspaper. Father stretched out on sofa, his handkerchief on his face, and he was sleep. Means he always looking just like sleeping soundly and snoring. Means the Sunday was for her parents as a rest day. Means whole day both of mother and father would take rest. So Kezia couldn't get time to talk with her father. So she sat on a stool, gravely watched him until walk and stretch, and asked the time, then looked at her. Kezia went into her father's room and sat on a stool and watched for long time until her father woke and stretched. And when her father woke up, asked the time to Kezia and looked to her. Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown owl. When Kezia looked to her father, then father said to Kezia, don't stare like this. In this situation, you look like a little brown owl. Then, one day when she was kept indoors with cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was indoors with a cold. Her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin question for a gift out a beautiful piece of yellow silk. One day, when Kezia's father's birthday was next week, so Kezia's grandmother suggested Kezia that she should she should give a beautiful and surprise gift to her father for his birthday. As a gift, she should give a piece of yellow silk, we can say pincushion pillow. Laboriously with a double cotton, the little girl stitched three sides. Kezia obeyed her grandmother and with laboriously she started to prepare a pincushion, we can say as a pillow. She took a cotton cloth and stitched it from three sides. But what to fill it with? That was the question. Grandmother was out in the garden. She wandered into mother's bedroom to look for a scrap. Kezia noticed that what should she fill in it. So she wanted to take suggestion from her grandmother, but her grandmother was out in garden. She went into her mother's room and looked up for scraps. She searched the scraps on the bed table. She discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case. Then she sewed up the fourth side. Dear friend, what did Kezia do? She searched everywhere some paper and anything which she can fill in it, we can say pillow. But when she didn't find anything to fill in it, she went into her mother's room. She didn't get anything, but in father's room she saw many fine papers. So she took them and tore into small pieces and filled into the pillow, and she sewed up the fourth side. Thus she prepared a gift as a pillow for her father's birthday gift. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. At the night of her father's birthday, there was a hue and cry in the house. Means there were lots of guests arrived to attend the birthday party, but her father's great speech for Port Authority had been lost. Means her father was looking for a speech. Room versus servant question. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. All of people of her family searched the room, even their servants. Finally, Kezia's mother came to in Kezia's room and asked Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room, and said, have you seen some papers in my room on table? Then Kezia said, yes. He said, I tore them up for my surprise. Then Kezia said, yes, I have seen it, and I tore them up for my surprise gift. What? Screamed mother. Then mother screamed, come straight down to the dining room this instant. Then her mother got angry and said, come straight down into dining room and instantly. And she was dragged down the where father was passing to and fro, hands behind his back. And Kezia's mother carried to Kezia in his father's room where her father was in angry. He was passing to and fro. Well, he said sharply. Then Kezia's father looked Kezia and said sharply, oh, means you have done all of mistake. Mother explained all of what happened. He stopped and stared the child. Did you do that? Then her father asked to Kezia, did you do that? Means, did you take my speech paper? No, she whispered. She became afraid and said, no. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. Then Kezia's father said to Kezia's grandmother, Mother, go up her room and bring the damned thing. Means bring the thing which she has prepared. See that child's put to bed this instant. And said, carry this child to the bedroom. Thus, dear students, we have completed total 6 paragraph of this chapter. We will complete the rest part of this chapter in my next video. Thank you very much.